This is an expressive practice sample. You have been asked to render a message for a deaf upper elementary school student. Their class is learning how to find the area and the perimeter of a space. You'll have a 1-minute warm-up followed by a 1-minute break. After the break, you'll begin interpreting or transliterating. The warm-up will begin momentarily.
Boys and girls, I am in a predicament, and I think you guys are the only ones who can help me out of it. Okay, now I went and bought myself a zoo. What teacher can afford a zoo? I know, we're not going to talk about that. I need to figure out how many animals I can fit in my zoo. And more importantly, I have to put a fence around my zoo because I'm not going to buy these animals and buy a whole zoo just for my animals to escape, right? So, boys and girls, today we are going to be learning about two very important things: area and perimeter. Like I said, we're going to learn two things: area and perimeter. The first is perimeter. Can everyone say that? Perimeter. Perimeter measures the outside of something, right? It tells you how long something is, how much the sides add up to be, okay? We're also going to learn about area, okay? Area tells you how much space the inside of something is taking up, okay? Let's use my zoo for example. So, my zoo can fit 15 animal enclosures. I can fit 15 animals in my zoo. Isn't that great? I'm so excited. I'm going to get lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. I'll have to get lots of animals in my zoo. How do I know that I can fit 15 animals in my zoo? Well, my zoo is 3 enclosures long and 5 enclosures wide. Yeah. So if I have 3 enclosures side to side and 5 enclosures up and down, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can fit 15 enclosures, but I don't have to count all of them. I can just multiply the 3 on this side by the 5 on this side and get 15. Now, arguably, right now, even more important than how many animals I can fit into my zoo is the fence around my zoo. Because if I can't afford to put a fence around my zoo, what is the point, right? Because I don't want someone to steal all my animals. I love my animals so much. So, looking again, I've got 5 and I've got 3. Luckily, the land I bought for my zoo is a rectangle. So we know what about rectangles? Rectangles have two pairs of equal length sides. What does that mean? It means that the short side, that is 3 enclosures long, on the other side of my zoo, that this one will also be 3 enclosures long. And the long side, if it's 5 enclosures long, means that the other long side will also be 5 enclosures long. Now, if I need to figure out how many enclosures worth of fence I need to buy, what we're going to do is, now I don't need 15 enclosures worth of fence. That will not cover my whole zoo, right? So I can count, sure, if I want to. This side has 5 enclosures. This side is the length of 3 enclosures. This side is the length of 5 enclosures. And this side is the length of 3 enclosures. I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, if I wanted to. And if I have the time to bother, or you can do some math and be really fast, right? So if I want to do it the faster way, then what I'm going to do is 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3. I'm adding the length of all 4 sides of my zoo to figure out how many enclosures worth of fence I need for my zoo. So my zoo fits how many enclosures? 15. The area of my zoo is 15 enclosures. And the perimeter of my zoo is how many? 16. Good job. Good job, everybody. Now, does everyone see the difference here between area and perimeter? Perimeter is found by adding all your sides. Area is by multiplying your sides, okay? Now, let's look at one enclosure. One enclosure at my zoo, one enclosure, one side is 5 feet long, and the other side is also 5 feet long. So what shape is this enclosure? It's a square. Correct. It is a square. Now, this square for my cell is called a unit. The units of my zoo are enclosures, but the units of the enclosures are feet. So this enclosure is 5 feet by 5 feet. So can somebody help me find the area of this enclosure? If I put a lion in this enclosure, how much space is he going to have? 5 feet by 5 feet. 5th grade, what is 5 times 5? 25. Oh my gosh, you guys are so fast. Good job. So the area of my lion enclosure is 25 feet squared. Squared means we're talking about the inside of a space.